And it's a good Sunday morning. Get your coffee, open up a Bible if you have one, or just sit back and listen. Welcome to Church of the Total Man, a church for men. Today we are in Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her beasts. She has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her young women to call from the highest places in town. Whoever is simple, let him turn here. To him who lacks sense, she says, "Come eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and live, and walk in the way of insight." I really like that. Wisdom beckons us. Wisdom is actually calling for you and calling for me, calling for all men. It's saying, just have some insight here. Did you ever come to a fork in the road? Whether you are a believer in God or not, you think to yourself, which way should I go? You do that, and you weigh things out. And the information that comes to you as you're thinking is called insight. You might think, well, if I go left, this is going to happen. If I go right, that is going to happen. Or if you come to a multi-point intersection and there's 4 different ways to go. You need insight. You need wisdom on how to make choices. For Christian people, they might say, "Lord, please help me with this decision. What should I do?" And then they make a decision and they hope for the best and they believe that God may have guided them. Another thing that might happen is you might say, well, last time I went in this direction, this happened. The last time I went in that direction, then this happened. The last time I went out with a woman like this or like that, that happened. A lot of this happens with second marriages. I was talking earlier this week that second marriages, the motivation and methods are different the second time around than they are the first time. You get married for different reasons. Think about it. If you keep repeating the choices, the bad choices of the past, you're going to get the same results over and over again. Insight into your past is important. Come eat the bread of wisdom, drink of the wine I have mixed, leave your simple ways. What is a simple way? Notice the word simp is in there. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it, but I just thought that was funny and I thought I would mention that. But leave your simple ways and live and walk in the way of insight. Simple ways might be just thinking in the most basic way, listening to your body, listening to your instincts, listening to your hormones or something like that. That's what maybe simple ways are. How about stop, breathe, think? That's wisdom. And you get insight from wisdom when you look at your past mistakes. Whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse. There are people who don't take correction well. I used to be one of those guys. And he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury, like trying to teach somebody who is wicked or violent, someone who is quick to make a fist. Sometimes it's best just to keep your mouth shut. Are you someone like that? Are you a scoffer? Are you a mocker? Are you a violent person? At one time, I was all of those things. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. I remember telling a friend what I thought about his new woman. He got so mad at me because did you ever try to teach somebody something? Because, we all have blind spots. Other people can see things that we cannot see. But if we don't invite their wisdom and their opinion into our lives, then maybe we are doomed to just keep repeating those mistakes over and over and over. I made a comment about, an unwelcomed comment about a new woman a friend was dating. He didn't like it. The months went on. We ended up having dinner together, kind of like a double date. It was my wife and he and his wife-to-be. Well, they ended up getting divorced about 5 years later. And I had said something to him, not in a smart aleck kind of way. And his response to me was, well, why didn't you tell me? It's because of the way that you reacted when I told you something many, many years ago. You let me know that my opinion was not valid. He's like, well, if you saw something, maybe you should have said something. At the time, he was a scoffer. He wouldn't take my opinion. He wouldn't handle it. So I just tapped out. No more opinions. No more opinions. Reprove a wise man and he will love you. There are times when people who don't have the same blind spot that you have say something to you and it makes sense. And you thank them. And you appreciate them because they helped you dodge a bullet. Give instruction to a wise man, and guess what? And he will be still wiser. People who love wisdom want more wisdom. There's nothing more addictive than seeking out wisdom and wanting more, having wise counsel in your life. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. You've heard me say that education is a lifelong process. Continuing education is a lifelong process. Do you love wisdom? Do you love education? Welcome it in your life. Here we go. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Remember what we talked about last week. What is fearing the Lord? Hating evil, not approving of evil. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So hating evil is the beginning of wisdom. And the knowledge of the Holy One is insight. It's a beautiful thing. Has nothing to do with education, status, where you were born. Every man needs wisdom and insight. And what have we spent all these chapters talking about? Binding it around your neck. Wearing it like you would wear jewelry. And then last week we saw, put it on your heart. So it worked its way from the external to the internal. That's a beautiful thing. For by me, your days will be multiplied. Wisdom helps us live longer. For those that are longevity aficionados like me, you want to do things that'll help you live a long time, and you want to stop doing things that erase the years from your life. Many times that comes with age, and many times that comes with experiencing the consequences of our folly. You can't eat fast food every single day. It catches up with you. You can't drink till you're intoxicated every single day. You can't get high every single day. You can't go out with crazy friends or women because you will experience the consequences of your folly. For by me your days will be multiplied and years will be added to your life with wisdom and insight. How many of us walk, run, work out, eat well, thinking it's going to increase the quality and longevity of our lives? How about wisdom and insight? Your days will be multiplied and years will be added to your life just because of wisdom and insight. If you are wise for yourself. If you scoff, you alone will bear it. The Way of Folly. Ooh, this is an interesting one. The woman folly is loud. Remember, I talked about the consequences of your folly. She is seductive and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house, takes a seat on the highest places of town, calling to those who pass by. Bad decisions. The consequences of your bad decisions. Your bad decisions take a seat at the highest place in town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And to him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. You know people that are just always looking for shortcuts, always looking for the easiest way. I'm not saying look for the hardest way or the long way around everything. But many times things need to be cultivated over a period of time. The best things in life are those that are cooked over a long period of time. Do you ever cook something in a slow cooker? Makes the house smell great, whether it be tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, meatballs, or a roast in a slow cooker. It's tender, as opposed to trying to cook something fast. Many times things that are cultivated over a period of time taste better, that are cooked over a period of time. Things that are aged. You make wine, and then what do? It gets aged. Certain cheeses are better when they're aged. Your decisions are better when they are aged. Impulse always gets us into trouble. Always. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. Turn into bad decisions. That's what the folly is, bad decisions. Whoever is simple, let him make another bad decision. And to him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Shortcuts. But he does not know that the dead are there. How many people, how many men, this is a church for men, how many men have stumbled upon graveyards, the bodies and bones of other men who have made bad decisions? What are some of those things? Most of those things are relationships, marriages, where people made bad decisions, and that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Bad decision making. Have you ever made any bad decisions in your life? I know I have. And I bear those marks, those scars. May we learn from the bad decisions that we have made and never do them again. I'll see you next week. Proverbs chapter 10 on Church of the Total Man.